My microphone, it seemed like the volume was a little bit low in my previous recording, so I'm hoping that this solved it. I haven't done anything. I just went through the troubleshooter, and my laptop told me that I needed to repeat the sentence, and it adjusted volumes and whatever, and it said it's fixed now. So let's hope it is, and if it isn't, I'm hoping that one of you guys can leave in the comments there, is the volume loud enough? Should I turn up the volume on the mic or whatever? Just leave me a comment, please. That'll help me out a lot. Thank you so much. So now we're talking about girlfriends. I just wanted to give you an update on the previous situation with my girlfriend, the teacher, Stella. She wanted me to join her in Cebu. She went there to visit her family because she is from Cebu, and she's asked me this like weeks ago, and I said sure I would go. And then the other day she texted me and she said, "Do you want to go to Cebu?" And I said, "Well, do you want me to?" And she said yes. I said, "Okay, fine then, I'll go." And then she goes and she buys herself and her daughter a ticket for the ferry that goes to Cebu, and she doesn't buy one for me. And then yesterday she said, "Are you still coming?" I said, "Well," I said, "Yes. Did you get me the ticket?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, why not?" Because I said that I wanted it. She says, "Oh, I never got your message." So we looked through her messages, and sure than hell the message was there, but they somehow choose to omit some of the messages, and even when I ask them like 3 questions in a row, they'll only answer to one, and the rest of it hangs in the air, and I have to keep re-asking and asking and asking the same question over and over again until I get the reply. Anyway, she tried to get me a ticket yesterday, but apparently the ferry was fully booked and I couldn't go on. And then she told me, "Well, why don't you come tomorrow? There's tickets on the ferry tomorrow." Like, yeah, as if I'm gonna go there by myself. It's 2 hours on the bus, and then a little more than 8 hours on the ferry. I'm gonna spend an entire day like a lunatic by myself on a bus and a ferry because she didn't do her due diligence to get me the ticket. So I said, "No, I'm not going. I'm staying home. Forget it." And so this entire thing here led up to a disagreement, not so much as an argument, just a disagreement, but pretty much we're broke up over it because I failed to trust her anymore. She's always telling me something that she will not do. In the end, she can't live up to her word. Promises that are empty. You know, she says, "I'll be there today between such and such time," and she never shows up. And it's, just as far as I'm concerned, unreliability. And I can't be together with someone who is that unreliable and asking for money constantly. So I kind of broke it off with her. Thankfully, I had one on a back burner, and she is from Butuan. Very nice girl so far anyway. We've only met on that Asian dating site. I think it's findmateasia.com. And she's 34. Of course, single mother of two. One is 4, one is 7 girls. And we seem to be getting along pretty good. We're using Skype quite a bit. We've texted, we've talked on the phone. She seems to be really nice, and she seems to be into me. She actually is coming to visit me on Saturday. She said she's gonna stay 2 or 3 days here, and she's actually offered to pay for her own fare. Can you believe that? She didn't ask for money from me. That's fairly different than what I'm used to by now. So let's just see what happens with this Filipina beauty that I'm about to meet. I'm actually really looking forward to meeting her, and who knows, if everything goes well, I guess I will be moving to Butuan City, which is northeast from here, about 10 hours drive or on a bus. And yeah, it's quite far. It's only 400 and some kilometers, but here 400 kilometers doesn't happen in 4 hours like it did in Canada. It happens in 10 because of the tricycles and whatever on the street, and they're constantly hammering on their brakes and slowing down and picking up speed and then slowing down like every minute or so. And it's just really annoying as far as I'm concerned, not to mention that here you can hail a bus like you can hail a cab in Canada. You just wave them and they'll stop and they'll pick you up, and if somebody in the bus is approaching their house or close to their house, and they'll just tell the driver to stop right there. It's not a bus stop or anything, but they'll stop. And that's the way things are here, especially if it's not an air conditioning bus. Air conditioning bus doesn't stop anywhere except in the prescribed stops, bus terminals, and there's only a few of them. Like if you're gonna go for a 4 hour bus ride, the bus might stop like 2 or 3 times, and that's it. Those guys don't stop for anything except for dogs in the street. And so anyway, that's the update on my girlfriend status here. Uh, there's really nothing that I could have done to stop this calamity that happened here with my teacher ex-girlfriend, I should call her. She just chooses to be who she is, and I've asked her that I would like to have her change some of these bad habits that I cannot really tolerate. And she said a number of times, I've given her a number of chances, but she's just complacent with who she is and what she does, and she expects me to change around her and tolerate the unreliability and tardiness and all that, and I cannot. I'm sorry, but I have my own standards, and if I don't find someone who can live up to my, I think, pretty humble standards, then I cannot be with them. I start resenting them for what they do to me and who they are. I'll just move on. It's just that easy. Especially here, because you can meet another girl in the next 5 minutes if that's what you're wanting to do or that's what you need to do. So again, don't come here and expect that you're gonna be married by the girl in your first relationship. It's probably gonna take you a few before you find the right one. You're gonna have to kiss a few frogs, but I'm really hoping that this one is the one, because it really seems like we're getting along great, and she has a lot of respect for me and I have a lot of respect for her, and she doesn't really expect much from me. She just expects me to be who I am. So I guess I'll find out on this weekend, on Saturday when she gets here. I'm supposed to go pick her up at the bus terminal and I bring her back to my house, and we'll spend 2 or 3 days together, and hopefully it'll be all good, and I'll give you an update on that as well. And maybe I can talk her into doing an interview, and you guys get to meet her and see who she is and what she thinks of us foreigners, and maybe she can give you some hints and tips on how to find Filipina like herself and how they like to be treated and all that. But please subscribe, because that way you'll get notified of my next video, and especially the one with her interview, hopefully. And then comment. If you want to ask any questions, if there are any videos that you would like to see, I can make them for you, hopefully. Just let me know what the topic of your interest is, and I will try to do one up for you. Take care.